So hi guys, my name is Izzy, I'm a sporadic YouTuber. So today I'm going to be doing a You Pick My TBR. I've been on vacation, I'm back, and I want you guys to pick my TBR, mostly because I'm fucking lazy. But if you don't remember how this goes, or if you're new and you haven't done this with me before, I will show you a stack of 5 books. They're in a category that I have chosen because I'm super all about me, and I'm a Slytherin too, so I will manipulate things to work in my favor. Let's be real. So yeah, I picked 5 books out of a category, and you pick 1 book out of each category. So you'll just number them 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and your book that you pick out of each category. And then at the end of the month, I will tally up the votes, and that will be my July TBR. So if you have any questions about how this works, just ask me down below, and I will try to answer your questions. But I think it's pretty easy to understand, but I might be wrong because I'm the one explaining it. Another little fun thing that I thought I would do is I think I'm gonna guess what books you guys are gonna pick. I think I'm gonna guess what book is gonna win out of every category, and I'm gonna write it down on a piece of paper, and then I'm gonna fold that piece of paper up, probably forget about it by the time this video comes around and not remember that I even did that. But I just think it would be interesting if I actually do remember that I ever did that, to see what I actually wrote and if my predictions were correct. They probably won't be. But hey, I'll give it a go. So the first stack that I have here is all white covers. So I'm just going to go through them. If you can't already see them, I'm just going to go through them real quick. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, The Education of Margaret Sanchez, Warcross by Marie Lu, Sadie by Courtney Summers, and I'll Give You the Sun by Jenny Nelson. So the next stack is all books that have been on my TBR the longest or a very long time. So these I'm probably going to give, the books that are lesser known, I'll probably give some insight to, just because, so that way you know what you're picking. So the first one is going to be So Yesterday by Scott Westerfeld. He's the one who wrote the Uglies series, if you didn't know. The next one is Goose by Dawn O. Porter. This is the sequel to Paper Aeroplanes, and that is about 2 girls who come from completely different lives, but they end up becoming friends, and I totally dig that whole, like, opposites become friends thing, but this is further in their life. The next one is Willow by Julian Hoban, whatever. I think this is about cutting, I believe, but I haven't picked it up yet. It's been sitting over there for a long time. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. No, I haven't read this. This is actually a signed edition, and I haven't even read it, and a deluxe edition, and I haven't even read it. The next one is Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Dellard. I believe this person writes love letters to, like, she writes, like, letters to Kurt Cobain or something. Those are those books. I think I know which one you guys are going to pick, so I'm going to write that down on my little cheat sheet. So the next stack is going to be LGBT, although I think it's mostly G and B in here. I literally picked these books because they were basically all the same sizes. The first one is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Severa. I pre-ordered this, still haven't read it. The next one is Autobiography by Christina Lauren. I have been recommended this many times and I still yet to read it. The next one is Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. No, I still haven't read that. I think that was one of the picks last time I did this. And The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Arles. I really hate mispronouncing his name because I absolutely adored Dante and Aristotle Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. That book is fucking fantastic. Like, beautiful. Carry On by Rainbow Rowell is on this list as well. But anyway, those are your picks. The next stack are all thrillers that I again picked because they were all basically the same size. So it's a thriller or horror, which was, again, if you watched my goal video for the year, I wanted to read more thriller and horror because I really like thriller and horror. So these are the ones I picked. I literally picked all the same size because they look nice together, and I cannot hold them up without, like, wobbling. First one is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. The second one is Inspection by Josh Mallerman. This just came out not too long ago. This is the same guy who wrote Bird Box. A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. Right Behind You by Lisa Gardner. The last one is The Lion Game by Ruth Ware. Those are your picks. Think I know what you're gonna pick? I know what I want, but I don't know if you guys are gonna pick that same book. Alright, the next stack of books are all middle grade books. As you know, one of my goals for the new year was to read more middle grade, because I love middle grade books. So, let's get into it. So the first one is The Last Kids on Earth by Max Brailinger. So this is about a kid who is living in a treehouse, holed up in a treehouse, because a zombie apocalypse, monster apocalypse thing has hit town, and everyone has like scurried away or has turned into like zombies. So he's holed up there, and he realizes that he can't just do this alone, you know, stay alone and hold up in there forever. So I think he goes out and he creates a team, which are the last kids on Earth, and a team of, you know, people to fight through the zombies and everything. This sounds the perfect amount of quirky for me, by the way. The next one is Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. I have heard literally nothing but good things about this, but I honestly can't tell you what it's about. The next one is The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. So the last one is Sweep, The Story of a Girl and Her Monster. So this is about a girl who has been orphaned, and she cleans chimney sweeps, as that's her job. And she one day, I believe, stumbles upon a monster, and maybe they become friends. This cover is everything. Look at that, it's so cute. It just sounds really adorable. Hi guys, it's Izzy from the future. Izzy from the past forgot a book in her middle grade stack. So this is Everland by Wendy Spinell. I believe this is a Peter Pan retelling, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Sorry. Whoops. We all make mistakes, but mostly me, because I'm a putz. Anyway, back to Izzy from the past. See you later, guys. So there you have it. I think I know what you guys are gonna pick, but I'm not sure. So the next category is gonna be, yeah, you guessed it, short reads. Shh, my phone is buzzing. Keep quiet. So the first one is going to be The Melancholy Death of Oyster Boy and Other Stories by Tim Burton. The next one is Night Sky with Exit Wounds. So I have no clue what this is about. It is a collection of poetry, and this was actually, there's a really cool story behind this actually. So I was in Utah and I bought this in a used, not a used bookstore, an independent bookstore, that's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, so this was on one of those shelves where it's like the different people that work there recommend these books, you know, kind of thing. And this was on the section right at the bottom in the corner, and it just happened to be the person who was working the register, and the book, that shelf like faces the register. So I picked this up not knowing what it was, like just looking at it, because he had Howl by Allen Ginsberg in his section as well. And if anyone knows me, that's one of my favorite poems of all time. Like, I'm obsessed with Allen Ginsberg because of that poem. But anyway, so he had this in his section as well. And I picked it up and just started flipping through it like, interesting. And he goes, that book is amazing, absolutely great. I'm like, okay, sold, I bought it. When I went to check out, he actually marked a couple passages, like he marked that one, and that's what this bookmark is, and that's what this post-it note is. He goes, I'm sorry if I'm holding you up, and I go, no, take your time, seriously, I have a lot of time to kill. He marked some passages for me, and I'm like, he's like, this book is just phenomenal, and these are like my favorite passages, so you have to read them. And I'm like, yes, please mark it up. I'm like, that's so cool. I love when people do that, when they're like, read this, you'll like this, and they mark what their favorite sections are. Seriously, I love that. It's like getting in someone else's head, and it's fun. But anyway, yeah, so that's what this is. Super long explanation for what this is. It's a book of poetry, basically. Oh, Jesus H. Christ, Bane. Bane just opened the door, and it scared the shit out of me. Oh, I hate him. I hate you. I hate you. Get over here. Get over here. I hate you. I want you to know that. I hate your guts. I'm just kidding. I love you so much. I don't like when you open doors and scare Mama. You hate this, don't you? Well, why do you like flop around all weird? You're so cute with your little pink paws, your little pink mittens. You're purring. But I need to leave because I'm doing a video. This one is, this is, I believe, a book of poems as well. It's called One Hand on the Wheel. All I know about it is the back. It says, a gay son's troubled homage to his father, recalling their withheld but keenly felt affection. The last two are graphic novels. The first one is The T-Dragon Society. This came in Crate. I've heard nothing but good things about this as well, and it's super cute and short, and I have no clue what it's about, but it looks cute. The next one is Piper. This is by Jay Asher and Jessica Freeberg. I almost said Freebird. I believe this is a Pied Piper retelling. I believe. I really dig the art style of the cover, by the way. It's really cool. Alright, so those are the books that you get to pick out of that stack. Alright, and the last category, these are books that I believe I'm really itching to read. Without further ado, these are the picks, so get to pick one out of this stack as well. So the first one is Alice. This is by Christina Henry. She wrote Lost Boy. I love Lost Boy, as you know. But anyway, so this is a Alice in Wonderland retelling, and I believe it's a little gory, and just sounds great. The next one is Shadow Song by S.J. Jones. This is the sequel to Winter Song, which is a like labyrinthy retelling. The next one is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. And the next one is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. Acevedo? I don't know why I keep saying her name wrong. This book, by the way, if you don't own it already, I mean, what is this beauty? And why do I get to touch this? And the last one is The Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. Obviously, I'm excited about them. They're on my most excited list. So there it is. There's all of them. I forgot to wrap up this video. So anyway, please let me know your picks for my TBR for the month of July. You just need to let me know before the end of the month. On the last day of the month, I will tally up the votes and we'll figure out what I'm reading, and you will see that in my July TBR. So yeah, you just pick one book from each category. So I think there should be 7 books. 7 books? I think 7 books. So I'm going to fold this because these are my guesses of what you're going to pick. So we will see what you end up picking and if I'm correct on what you're going to choose. So yeah, so I'm really excited for you guys to pick my TBR again. I will see you in the next video and all that stuff, and I will get into an update on how my vacation went at some point. And my plants. I bought a shit ton of plants the other day. One of them I repotted because it was looking sad, and I couldn't leave it there. And it's probably a terrible idea to bring it home, but I just couldn't help it. And a couple other ones I couldn't leave them. So anyway, yeah, I got some plants, which is ridiculous because I don't have green thumbs. I have black thumbs of death that kill everything they touch. That makes me sound like a murderer, but only of plants. So I probably just bought all these plants and brought them home for execution, basically. Sorry, guys. But anyway, yeah. So I will see you in the next video. I love you guys. All that fun stuff. Goodbye. I will see you later. I'm clapping a lot. I don't know why. See ya. Bye.